Hey there, everybody. Good to be here with you. I hope you're safe and healthy and everything's good in your life. If you don't know me, although it should be obvious, if you're on the channel, my name's Ken Kasha, and I just wanted to share some good news with you. I mean, it's really surreal, isn't it? What's going on? And it's hard to believe I never thought I'd ever experience and live through something like this. So I thought I'd like to just share some good news, some tips, and make an announcement for you. We're gonna have a global meditation. We're getting as many countries involved from the Silva method community. We're in 111 different countries in the hopes of just creating some harmony, creating some joy, and helping to support the immune system. Well, it's interesting how it's an opportunity with all the craziness going on for humanity to to really show up. And I would just like to acknowledge that take a look around you. Are you noticing how many people? I mean, if you want to sign in or look at the chat and say hello, where you're from, and you have some good news to share, I mean, I'm thrilled. I mean, I know it's very serious and it's horrible, and people who are dying and suffering. And yet, look at the hospital workers and the people on the front lines who are putting their lives at risk in order to take care of us, in order to make sure that we're healthy and to get a hold on this. Look at the people in the grocery stores and restaurants that are doing maybe takeout, people who in transportation who have to keep things afloat and they're out there. And I hope I don't miss anybody, but these things I'm noticing and some of the essential workers that are out there. These people are not able, they're socially distancing somewhat, but they're at risk in a high risk situation, aren't they? So a shout out to them. I live in Connecticut and in New York, and I'm sure it's happening in other states. I heard, and maybe you heard this too in the news, it's been going on for a while, that at 7 o'clock, as a salute, as a tribute, as an acknowledgement to people who are stepping up and like the hospital workers and so on, they're all clapping and cheering them on at 7 o'clock every night. Wouldn't it be cool if we could all do that in our respective communities, even if you live on some lonely, remote island? I think that would be just so, so, so cool to do that. Other things, of course, you probably heard in the news, Costco, instead of laying off people, they moved some things around and made some adjustments so that they could keep on people that they didn't need in one department, like the greeters, so that they'd at least be getting a steady paycheck. And I'm hearing of more and more large businesses doing this. I think that's wonderful. I mean, I know there's a lot of craziness out there and stuff, and people we maybe even embarrassed about. And yet there's so many more people, acts of kindness, generosity, being considerate and helping. And how about you? Are you noticing that too? So, for example, our local Red Cross has been asking for blood. Apparently, there's a real shortage. And our son, Jason, our eldest, who's really been stepping up and volunteering constantly. So, my wife and I, we've been socially isolating voluntarily. I was going to say hibernating. We're doing that too. We call it keeping ourselves at a distance, not going out. Sorry, I went blank with that. And we decided we would go and give blood. And I thought at first that there'd hardly be anybody there. And we actually had to go. It's 10 minutes from us, and it took us over 2.5 hours door to door because when we got there, they because of social distancing and it's a large facility, they had people all over the place. We had to go sit in our car and wait. And they called us when they were ready. We had to wait a good 20 minutes or more. And then we had to wait another 20 minutes or more to go inside. And then we're still waiting. It was so cool how many people in this crisis are stepping up. And I was a little bit disconcerted and concerned because here I was being so careful to stay out of public. And I go for walks every day, but I keep a distance from anyone else. And here was, I'm in the public and people coming and going in and out. I thought they were so cool, these people. Everyone stepping up, helping the Red Cross, such a good move. And maybe you might find some peace with yourself. They're taking good measures, and they took everyone's temperature as they came in, and they're doing the best they can to keep things clean. But we need more of that, don't we? So how about you with that? So I'm just looking, some of the things I'm noticing influencers donating their services. There's a distillery in the Pacific Northwest who's converted some of, instead of making, and don't get too excited, they're not going to send out free whiskey, but they converted it and they're making hand sanitizer and donating it, making tons of hand sanitizer and donating it where we need it most, at the hospitals, in the medical centers, at the clinics, the people that are helping people. So there's some brilliant minds out there. So my announcement, real simple. I appreciate that, and I didn't want to ramble on too much with that, but we'll be going live on Facebook. I'm going to do some on YouTube too. But this Sunday, April 5, one of our directors in the Silva method, those of you who know my work, I'm the training director internationally. I've been doing this work for 49 years. I've had the pleasure, honor to be one of the pioneers. I started with the original instructors. Mr. Jose Silva started research in 1944. We went public in 66. So there are millions and millions and millions of people all across this planet who've been through the training. On top of that, his proprietary process has been copied and imitated. And I'll just say that in a positive. So a lot of people having their meditation challenges. A lot of people who are very popular influencers are inviting people to meditate with them daily. The benefit being is when you meditate, you keep your body in balance. When you meditate, you strengthen your immune system. Fact. That's not science fiction anymore. We know that fact. And when you meditate, because the danger is if you go into fear mode, then the brain goes into protection. It goes into survival and security. And when that happens, you won't think clearly, you won't innovate, you won't be creative, and we stop growing. And that's not an opinion, that we know fact. So innovations that we need, creativity, breakthroughs, more and more genius-like activity is only going to happen when people stay in the zone, so to speak, in the flow. And it's a proven fact that meditation, yoga, going for a walk, there are things we can do that release the stress enzymes that prevent us from getting overwhelmed. Because if you get overwhelmed with fear and anger and upset, you're going to fatigue prematurely, you're going to have trouble thinking, you're going to collapse from exhaustion, because we're all grieving, aren't we? These are really challenging, to say the least, times. So, my friends, think of things you can do. Go for a walk, gentle walk, dance, go dance in front of the mirror by yourself. Contact family and friends, connect with people, even virtually, FaceTime, um, WhatsApp, videos. Is there anybody who maybe is all by themselves who you could contact and just touch base and let them know you're thinking of them? These are proven things that help people to stay a bit more calm, a bit more relaxed, because fear is really the enemy. I know we need to be careful, take all the measures you need to take all the precautions, and just do your best to not get overwhelmed with fear, because if you do, that will make things worse. That will distress the body. And when the body is distressed, it loses its balance. We need balance. We need homeostasis. When the body's in balance, the immune system does what it's supposed to do. It's the body's first line of defense. I know perhaps you know this. Uh, then if you do know it, practice it. If you do know it, share it with somebody else who doesn't, who's freaking out, because this is important. This is our planet. This is our lives. So this Sunday, April 5, I repeat, global meditation. Our director in Norway initiated the call, Lena Thorgerson. So she, in her language, in Norway, we're coordinating time. Here on the East Coast, it's 12 o'clock. On the Pacific Coast, it'll be 9 a.m., Sunday, April 5. In the Midwest, Central Time will be 11 a.m. Figure out your own time zone. We're then going to do it for Southeast Asia, for places like Philippines, um, Malaysia, Australia, Indonesia. We're going to do it next Sunday, the 12th, at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and they'll coordinate their time, which will be early in the morning. But I'll make announcements. But for right now, we're focusing on April 5. Turkey's on board, Hungary's on board, Norway's on board, Romania's on board, and more countries that I haven't got confirmation from. So these are things we know. So if you want to come on, it'd be Facebook Live on my page. Look at my name. I have a personal page and a business page. You can easily tell the business page because I have a sport jacket on. I look a little bit more dressed up and professional. And I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll contribute your loving energy. You don't need to be a Silva Method practitioner. You don't even need to know about meditation. I'll make it simple. I'll guide you every way, step by step. Uh, our program is based on dynamic meditation. I'm quite masterful at it. I've been guiding people all over the world, a couple of 100,000 people in different languages with translation, of course. Uh, so it'll be cool, it'll be fun, and at least you have some hope, some optimism. Hey, so thanks so much for listening. Share the good news. Sunday, April 5, Facebook Live. And if you're in a different country, find the Silva director or Silva instructor in that country. Ireland is on board too. So and Ireland is on board with us too. So depending where you are, where you want to listen, please do. Thanks so much for listening. Until the next time, I'm going to sign off and say, stay safe, stay healthy.